All right, good evening, guys. It's Nikki Elsing out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So glad you're all with me this evening. Just showing a little bit about what it takes to be a biohacker and taking control of you and your health and doing what we can to be able to make the best of what we've got going on, and keeping in mind that biohacking might be a new term for you, but after tonight, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So thank you again for spending your evening with me. I know that there's many other things you could all be doing, and appreciate your time so much. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's talk a little bit about what we can do as biohackers and a little bit about business. And if you're not familiar with biohacking and you're not familiar with the gig economy, let's talk a little bit about that. So, you know, we're looking at business. Business has changed so much. We are looking at people that are taking their car in their garage, their bedroom in their basement, and making money on that. And so keeping in mind that, you know, this isn't traditional business. We have to think outside the box and really do what we can to do things a little differently. I laugh because if people post information on Facebook and if you accidentally missed what was going on and they say, well, didn't you see it? I put it on Facebook. And we use so many different things to communicate nowadays. It's just so crazy. And Amazon, everybody's shopping on Amazon. So the trends, the business, it's all changed. And it's important to keep up with that. And I'm going to tell you tonight about a way that we at Lifevantage are keeping up with that and giving people options, and options on taking care of their health. We know that the personalized health market, nutrigenomics, basically getting your genes to work for you through appropriate nutrition, is huge. Do you see all those numbers on the side on the right there? That's $17 billion. That's what the nutrigenomics market is expected to reach by 2023. And it's not just me making noise about this. I mean, we're talking about the Today Show, talking about this latest trend in nutrition isn't a fad. It's not a newly discovered supplement. It's your DNA. So using what we know, you know, just because your mom and dad or grandma or whoever had something doesn't mean you're going to get it. And so that's an amazing thing to keep in mind. You're in control of this. And by having an appropriate environment, nourishing yourself well, and really tackling nutrigenomics, that helps so much to be able to get you to be the best that you can be. Let's see what Fox News said. Fox News says nutrigenomics is changing everything. And this is just what I said, you guys. Where we once thought we were powerless, this is now an area that we have some control over. So making sure we are not at the mercy of our DNA, we can use nutrition appropriately. So good stuff. So let's talk about it. Everybody knows hijacked is not good, right? Something's taking over. It's using it for a destructive purpose. And you guys, we are being hijacked 24/7, all the time. I'm being hijacked just sitting here. I have a computer, I have my phone, I have a computer, I have all this stuff going on, right? And so every day we're either being hijacked physically, emotionally, biochemically, EMS from our cell phones, allergies, sensitivities, toxins, just all this stuff that's around. And anybody has their phone unmuted, can you please make sure and mute yourself? Thank you. So what's the difference? What can we do about being hijacked? Let's biohack. It kind of sounds a little bit familiar, right? Taking control of your own biology. So you see how nutrigenomics and biohacking are so common, like so much the same thing. So we need to optimize our genetic potential, become that best version of ourselves, and knowing that nutrigenomics is the way that we're getting there. We're going to skip over this little video here tonight because hopefully before you had a chance to hop on this call, you took a few minutes to check out the ABC investigative report. And that is an ABC investigative report that was done back in 2005. And you guys, guess what? We just had our 10-year anniversary of being in network marketing. And I'll give you a few more details on that in just a few minutes if my computer will cooperate with me. This is the night for computer issues, apparently, because I was having, that's why I was a little late to hop on. Let me just see what I can do here. 1 second. So let's talk a little bit about this market that we're in, this nutrigenomics market. I think if I let it think a little bit it'll come back to me, I hope. But this nutrigenomics market, you know, us as Lifevantage, we're covering a broad spectrum of product lines, and this is a $600 billion product lines that we have. And I've been in the business for 8 years. Back when I started, we were kind of a one-trick pony, you guys. We had Nerf 2, and that was the flagship product. That was what sent up like all these signals to me going, wait a second, I need to check out what is going on. So let me tell you a little bit about my story. So I'm a registered dietitian and nutritionist and wellness coach, and like I said, I've been with Lifevantage for 8 years. And the cool thing about it is that it just keeps getting better and better. I need to stop sharing this because it is doing no good. You guys can't see anything, and I am not getting to be able to see that either. So I worked within a cardiovascular hospital and absolutely loved my position there. And I did a lot of nutrition evaluation, nutrition supplements, evaluating things that would be on the news that people would talk about and tell you was the next best thing and all of this. And I got to go on the news and debunk those things, which was really fun, and I absolutely loved it. And so being able to be part of that was awesome. But you guys, guess what happened? I had so many people that would prospect me, and it got to a point where I felt like everybody who was marketing or selling some sort of nutritional supplement was coming after me. They wanted to prospect me. And so when they would come prospect me, I would ask them, hey, so what do you guys have for research? And it was very disappointing because a lot of times we just didn't have any research. They didn't have anything to be able to show me and validate what they had for products. And so I need that research. And if you're talking to healthcare professionals and visiting with them a little bit about it, know that that's something that they're going to need. So being able to have that was a huge, huge plus here at Lifevantage. And I am trying to pull this up for you guys so that you can see my screen. So bear with me. I may end up just shooting from the hip here because it is not cooperating. So if you can stand to just look at me instead of looking at the screen, that might be what we have to do tonight. So let's talk a little bit. I'm going to pull it up on my other computer so I can see it at least. So let's talk a little bit more about that research and the research that we have. So Nerf 2 is our flagship product. That's what grabbed my attention and made me go, hey, you know what? I want to know more about this. And so I got myself to a meeting after a lot of insistence on getting there. It took me a while, so don't give up. I was prospected by Dr. Mark Gordon and Joanne Shear-Parkin, and I think so highly of both of those people and respect them so much. And I worked with them every day at the hospital. They were my mentors. They were the people that were helping me in like my professional life, right? And so even though I respected them tremendously, it still took me a long time to get there. So don't assume that if people are just not answering, that they're not interested. Just keep asking, because this has changed my life. And by me saying yes and by sharing it with my friends and family, it has just been a really, really heartwarming type of lifestyle and business. And I think they're so thankful for all of it. But let's talk a little bit about Nerf 2. So I'm still hoping in the back of my mind that my screen will show up for you guys. But Nerf 2 is that Protandim Nerf 2. So what is that about? That's about oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is the root cause of over 200 diseases. And when we can influence that, that's tremendously huge, right? And so knowing that by having the access to this and lowering oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days, that's amazing. I know that when I was talking to people about nutrition and wellness, that they would go home and probably do, you know, maybe 30 to 40% of what I suggested, because that's work, right? And that's behavior change and trying to change who you are. Well, guess what? Every single person can take a pill. And so knowing that they're able to just take a pill and put that in and be able to be 100% compliant and have the results that we're talking about was huge. Another thing is just remembering that these are 5 natural ingredients and they're working together in synergy. So even if you look at some of your supplements at home and you say, hey, you know what? I have this and I have these two things in my supplements. If they are not in the appropriate recipe, so to speak, it's not going to be activating that NRF2 pathway with the potential that the NRF2 Protandim does. And we're talking 18-fold, so we're 1,800% more effective when we combine all 5 of those things together. Another thing that I absolutely love is the fact that we are influencing quality of life, right? And now we know that we are influencing longevity. And what do I mean by that? I mean that the National Institute of Aging researches products and supplements and medications to see if there's something out there that can extend lifespan. And guess what? Protandim NRF2, there it is. It's been proven to extend lifespan by that 7%, which is approximately 5 years, you guys. So not only am I talking quality of life, I'm talking duration and length of life. That's pretty awesome. And if I could show you my slide, I'd show you right now this slide with all the different places that are researching our product and have researched our product. And we're talking big names, Louisiana State, Harvard, American Heart Association, like tons and tons of good stuff, spending their money researching our product to show what it can do. And that is amazing. Huge compliment, right? Now, don't take my word for it. Go to pubmed.gov, pubmed.gov, public medicine. That is the big library of all kinds of research studies that show you, when you type in Protandim, Protandim, and all of our research studies will show up there. There's a couple more research papers, review papers that are not on there. But you guys, that's awesome. Remember when I was telling you about other people talking to me about their product? If I went to PubMed, nothing, zero, nothing shows up. Maybe one ingredient that they had in their product, that's it. So to say that our branded supplement, our actual Protandim NRF2 is in there is a huge deal. And like I told you before, we have patents on our product, which protects people like me. It's just very important to me. I want to protect my business. I want to be the way that people get their product. And for other distributors that are on here with me as well, that's exactly right. And keep in mind that if you are interested in purchasing Lifevantage products, you purchase them from a distributor through Lifevantage. You know, just like in anything, people can kind of pretend they're making the same thing, and that's dangerous. So make sure that you're purchasing it from a Lifevantage distributor. So let's talk a little bit about NRF1. NRF1 is another synergizer. It's working on a different pathway with mitochondria. If anybody remembers their ATP cycle, don't worry, I'm not going to talk about that because that'll put everybody to sleep. But ATP energy, those are the powerhouses of our cells. They're in there making you feel better. They're also looking for those cells that are kind of weird, you know, and deciding, do I fix it or do I get rid of it? And that's an important thing. We want our body to know, hey, that's worth fixing or that's not worth fixing. Let's get it out of there. Remember that I laugh because on this slide it talks about the ability for your cells to network, and that's what we all do, right? Every single day we're networking in this business of Lifevantage. And remember, there's 5 ingredients there also that are working synergistically together to be able to activate that and help you with that NRF1 and improving the performance of your mitochondria. So the next thing I want to tell you about is our probiotic, and you guys will hear me say this is my favorite over and over for probably every single product we have in Lifevantage, because that's just how I roll. I love them. I love them. I love them. But here's the thing. I worked in a cardiovascular specialty hospital. I told you that already. But while I was doing that, half a day a week, I would work at a gastroenterology office. So I always say I moonlit at a gastroenterology office. I don't know if that's a great place to hang out, but it was fun because people are sick and they need help. And it's really crazy when you're in there and you're in the trenches trying to help these people get better. It amazes me that our body and our guts actually work the way they're supposed to, because there's so many things that have to work just right. And if you just think about today, what you ate or what you drank or what you did, right? And all these different things that we're putting in our body, and we expect our GI tract to just do what it's supposed to do, right? And it's hard. And what if we're taking in different things and we want to make sure they're getting digested and absorbed so that our body can use what we need to use, right? That's why we need this probiotic. Probiotics are an amazing way to be able to get that gut bacteria back to the way it's supposed to be. We know that it's very, very important to be able to have that there, but we also know that it's very important to get it past the stomach acid. Just a wee little bit of stomach acid can wipe out those good bacteria in your probiotic. And the price of our probiotic is just downright perfect related to all the other high quality probiotics, but there's a difference. When you look at ours versus theirs, we have BioTrack technology, which makes it so it gets past the stomach acid. So guess what? Over 60% it's gone past the stomach and gets to that small and large intestine where it needs to be used. Huge. Compared to less than 4% if it didn't have BioTrack. So the same amount of money, and you're getting ripped off basically, right? Because only 4% of that, we have like a 55% increase over the other guy. So a big, big difference. We have different strains of bacteria in there, so it helps the lower and the upper GI, and so I don't switch probiotics and change it up. It's all in there, and I just keep going with the one that I have. Important things to keep in mind is you don't crush or split these in half. You want to take them whole so that it works the way that we're talking about. Hopefully that makes total sense to you guys. Let's talk the last thing I want to mention, and I'm giving you the products in our Vitality Stack. And our Vitality Stack is just that, promoting vitality and feeling good and doing what we can. So this is the core basics that we feel strongly about here at Lifevantage. The last one in that pack is going to be the Omega Plus. Omega Plus is fish oils. And I don't know if anybody was in Kansas City this weekend, but I was there and I got to talk about this on the science panel with the other doctors that were up there. And so feeling really, really honored and blessed to be able to do that. And so just to kind of repeat a little bit about Omega Plus, it's a fish oil. I've been a big, big proponent of fish oils for years, especially with the cardiovascular background that I have. I am in love with our fish oils, and the minute that ours came available, I upgraded mine. And one of my favorite things to tell people to do is take a pill, put it in your mouth, let it swirl around in there a little bit, close your mouth, and then bite down. And I would never have told you to do that with other fish oils, ever, because it's gross, right? Ours, no, it's awesome, because guess what? It's boat to bottle. There's a whole lot of time in there that bad things can happen to those fish oils. They're very unstable and they're kind of fussy. And so being able to hurry up and get them from that boat, put it in the bottle, get it all cleaned up, molecularly distilled, all that fancy business to give you a clean product is what we're big on. And it's sustainably harvested. So we know that we're not doing environmental damage when they're harvesting this. So we also have, we have the omega-3 fats, omega-7 fats, and some, I'm just seeing, I tried that the other day and it didn't taste fishy at all. See, I know, right? And 800 international units of vitamin D. You guys can laugh at me because when we first brought this out, people were talking about doing that, and I was like, oh man, because I've gone through really icky fish oils to find the best ones, right? And I had my other fish oil that I was always taking, and I cut it open, and it was awful. Like, it was awful. And that was the best one I could ever find before Lifevantage, and it was very stinky. So I'm very, very happy to have this high quality fish oil. And again, our price is right next to the rest of them. And so it makes me very happy that we can have such a high quality at a really good price point. So I should just show you guys this. This is what I'm looking at, but I can't get it on my computer. Can you see? There's the Vitality Stack, cute little Vitality Stack. So all of those things come together in a little strip packet, right? You can throw them in your purse, throw them in your gym bag, throw them in your truck, wherever you want to. Nerf 1 for mitochondria, Nerf 2 for decreasing oxidative stress, Omega Plus for being able to have those fatty fish oils and the omega-3 fats in there. And then we have the probiotic for a healthy gut. Awesome. You can get them in bottles or packets, whatever way you want. But if you were me, or if I were you, whatever way, I would get the packets, because I don't like to take the lid, mix this, open all this business. It's just so darn simple. The next thing I want to tell you is about Axio. Axio is our executive focus drink, and this knocks my socks off. One of the reasons I absolutely love it is it's 15 calories or under, and it can replace all the other yucky stuff that you're drinking, right? One of the obstacles, I think I see somebody drinking theirs right now. Yay, way to go, Kelly. I see you. But anyway, so what happens is when I was seeing patients, you can't find anything to drink. People always want something to drink that's not water, that's not, you know what I mean? And it doesn't have all these artificial sweeteners. Well, guess what? That's us. We have this brain food that helps with thinking clearly and focusing and pushing you past the point that you can't get past when you're working out, and makes it so that it is accumulative. So it's continuing to build up in your system and make it so that you are the best that you can be. And there's no calories barely in it, no artificial colors, no flavorings, no sweeteners, no artificial sweeteners. It has stevia. And so it's just, it's just awesome. I don't even know what else to tell you. But for a gal that sometimes gets her thoughts kind of all over everywhere, this makes me happy because it can help to put that line and it goes right across, and I don't have to feel bad. I can drink it, it helps me think clearer, and I feel good about what's going on. Keep in mind it's decaf and caffeinated either way. Let me see if I'm missing anything. Since I don't have my slide up there, I think I got it. Perfect. So as you can probably imagine, as a dietitian, I helped a lot of people lose weight and keep it off and be successful and make behavior changes to be able to improve their cardiovascular profile, right? We have a weight management system here at Lifevantage called Physique, and I like it. I like it a lot because it's focusing on belly, gut health, right? We have our probiotic, we have our prebiotic. The prebiotic, okay, so the probiotic you order separate, right? That's not in the system, but get that too. That the prebiotic is the sunshine, the dirt, the water for those good bacteria. It also has some things in it that helps to keep you full. And go, oh, you know what? I don't need to eat anymore. I'm good. And when your brain and your belly have a nice little conversation, you win because you know when you're full. You know when it's time to stop eating. You know when you need more protein or whatever. It's just a really good conversation. So the prebiotic, awesome. It's a blood orange flavor. And it tastes like $1,000,000 in the vanilla whey protein that we have also. So I love it that we have it in a plastic bag, I guess, bag instead of a tub. We used to have it in a tub, and to ship that and for recycling and all of that, this is just, I love that we have recently changed to the bag instead. But that whey protein powder, absolutely awesome. Looking at 18 grams of protein per serving. It's that vanilla flavor. It mixes really nice. There's a little organic cane sugar in there, but otherwise just a very good, pure, clean product as well. What am I forgetting? Anything else? The last product of the Physique system is the fat burn. And you guys, one of my passions was to get people to stop eating so many white refined processed carbs so we could get rid of some of that belly fat when I was still working at the hospital. And so I love it that our fat burn focuses on belly fat, because belly fat, that's dangerous. We used to think it just kind of sat there and hung out and caused problems and hung out over our genes, like our JEANSs, not our GENESs. If I spelled those right, I hope. But we know that it actively seeks out trouble, so the less is best, right? And this works on that deep, nasty, visceral fat that forms and goes all the way around all your organs. So really important to be able to incorporate that as well. Now, Louisiana State did a study not so long ago, well, kind of, I guess, a little while back, saying about NRF2 activation and how that's huge related to skin cancer. And so we developed a product line for skin, and that is our True Science line. It's the first NRF2 activated skincare. We absolutely love it, and if you talk to any of us long enough, we'll be like, ooh, use number 2 on that for skin irritations or sunburns. I love to use it on sunburns, and it's just very clean. If you look at the Think Dirty app, if anybody knows, it's kind of got a weird name, but the Think Dirty app tells you how many chemicals and bad things are in different products that you're using. Plug in that. Plug in the next thing that I'm going to tell you, and you'll be so happy with how clean it is and how little of the yuck stuff there is. Now, keep in mind too that This is working to balance out the pH on your face. I used to be a $6 Cetaphil gal, and I had acne here and acne here, and I was on TV a lot, and that hormonal trail of acne just wasn't my friend. I'm really, really happy as I got the yuck out by taking my NRF2 and activating my NRF2 and then applying NRF2 on the outside. I was able to have a much, much better result, which I'm really, really happy about. Because if you think about it, if you have acne and we try to dry out your face, then what happens? Well, then you've got wrinkles. So, I mean, you're just constantly fighting back and forth, and we don't have to worry about that with this. And what it's doing is it's forming a really nice barrier on that outside of your skin to be able to protect you, because that's the first thing that gets onslaught of everything, right? So we want to make sure that we're doing really well with that. So I told you a wee little tiny bit about checking this for the Think Dirty app, but we have a NRF2 activated hair care system. How cool is that? That's true science hair care. So when we're thinking about what we can do, and you know, you're washing your hair and all of that is running down your back with chemicals and different things. And I have my little sheet here, and I'm going to read it off because I want to brag about this. I love that we're a clean formula. I love that we're mindfully formulated. And I'm just reading it off the back of this little guy here. If any of you have seen that on the back, I share that a lot because I think it's awesome. These products do not contain any added sulfates, parabens, gluten, silicones, phthalates, butylene glycol, alcohol, or artificial colors. Free of added animal derivatives, work on any type of hair, and are non-GMO. Awesome. So just for fun, your homework is, if you have that app or want that Think Dirty app, download it. It's not ours, it's just an app. And go stand in your shower and check out the products you have and put them into that Think Dirty app and see. The lower the number, the better. This is big for us. We're 2-in-1 for our shampoo and conditioner. We also have a hair serum. We work to be able to help those little baby hairs and fill things in a little bit. So lots of good stuff. And again, that's the first NRF2 hair care system, first to market. So really, really cool. So then we have these little four-legged friends that live in a lot of our homes, right? These dogs. And what we found was people were giving Protandim NRF2 to their dogs and having really good results. I love sharing animal stories because there's no placebo effect. They either feel better or they don't, right? And so they've made it pet tandem. So they make it so that it's in a nice little yellow chewable tab that your pet can chew. Mine beg for it every single morning. If I'm not paying attention, they're like, hey, it's time for our snack. Like, they're excited about it. And it's based on weight. So if you have a little bigger dog, you give it more, and a little smaller dog, you give it less. So I have a little 6-pounder, so she gets about half of a pet tandem pill. But really good thing, they have some information or some product in there for joint function too. But really good to see that we can do what we can to help protect those guys because they age 7 times faster than us, right? So they have a significant amount of oxidative stress. So like I said, we can do the Vitality Stack. You get free shipping with that. That's everything kind of all smack dab, our core products that we have all together. Or you can order things individually as well. And definitely getting back to the person that shared this information for the call tonight with you, kind of let them know what you're thinking. You know, people are going to be asking you, whoever invited you, they're going to be like, hey, so what do you think? What do you think of what's going on? And do you have questions? And just let them know what questions you have, because we can send you amazing information. We have beautiful product info sheets and frequently asked questions. Just ask and they can send them to you. And just being able to have those different options so that you can read through them and you can identify what it is that you need to know to progress forward. And that's a good question for them to ask you is, hey, what else do you need to know before you're ready to get started? Because you'll probably think of things maybe we didn't even think of. So definitely let us know. But how did this whole thing happen? Well, let's get started a little bit on the business side. Let me check what time it is, make sure I'm not talking too long. Oh, we're good on time. 9 o'clock here. So back in 2005, there was an ABC investigative report that was done on our product and our scientists behind the product. And you know how those things usually work out at the end? They're chasing down the CEO and they're, you know, with their camera, and he's hiding in his car trying to hurry up and get there before they get to him because he doesn't want to comment, right? That didn't happen to us. We exceeded their expectations. We did better than we even said we were going to do. And by drawing John Quinones, you guys know who that is, right? We drew his blood and pulled it out of there and tested his blood in 2 weeks. And our research shows 1 month, and we did it in 2 weeks. Super awesome. If you haven't seen that, you get yourself in front of it because it's crazy, crazy cool. So that's back in 2005. It said on the bottom, for more information, contact ABC News. Well, guess what? Everybody did. It was like it blew up overnight. It was like this blinking billboard on the side of the interstate that everybody was calling and wanting. And I can just imagine these scientists that had no expectation this was going to happen. I laugh because I can just see them and they're going, I'm not answering, you get it. I got it last time. I don't want to do it, because they didn't want to disappoint anyone, right? Nobody wanted to answer the phone, but they did. Some people got their product, other people didn't, because we did not have our stuff all lined up to be able to distribute it to people. We weren't at that point yet. So as they were trying to get their ducks in a row, a really, really good thing happened. And I feel truly that this was the perfect storm. As they're working on trying to figure out what we were going to do, all these independent universities were calling us. And they're saying, hey, we want to spend our money researching this with your product. Guess who got the product? They did. And guess what? While we're getting all this stuff situated, they're researching. So there's all these studies going on. And that's why to this day, we have this boiling pot of studies that just keep coming out. And it's so fun because it's just like the icing on the cake just keeps getting taller and taller as we're going through. So then they decided, hey, you know what? We're ready. Let's throw this out there. They put it online and nobody knew what it was. They put it in retail. And if any of you have been in a store like that, I just did a home meeting a couple nights ago, and they were saying they used to go to one of those stores to purchase a bunch of their products. And they said you'd go in and there wouldn't be prices on things. Nobody's there to really explain stuff. And you're just really stuck trying to figure out what's the best option. So our little pill got lost among all of those products. And so we weren't doing very good. Like not very good at all. And just so you know, Lifevantage is a publicly traded company. And if you want to know the details, you go dig. They're there and you'll see that back before 2009, things weren't going so hot. We knew we had this amazing product that had backed by the best research, peer-reviewed published studies, which is like the golden unicorn of research studies that everybody wants. And we just didn't have a way to get it out to people. So they met with the board. Everybody's talking and they said, we need to get this in network marketing. And they went, oh, no. Wait a second. We're good. We don't need network marketing. And they said, let's just do a trial and see what happens. Well, guess what? Network marketing blew it out of the water. So if you do not know that you're at a network marketing meeting, you're at a network marketing meeting. Because guess what? When network marketing is done correctly with the appropriate people and the appropriate company behind it, it is amazing. And it is the best, one of the best ways, I think, most definitely, and many others do too, of being able to have a conversation, care about people, have an eat-and-eat conversation, and get people more focused on health and wellness and being able to look at what they can do to make a difference. So like I said, it was our 10-year anniversary in network marketing, because in 2009 was when we first were shipping our bottles via this business model. So right now we are open in 14 markets in 17 countries. This is an international business, you guys, and it just keeps on getting better and better in that regard. We also have a laptop lifestyle. I told you I have a computer here and a computer here, and I have my phone over here. I run my business through an app on my phone, through my computer. We Zoom a lot, just like this. Every Thursday night, we have a Zoom that you can just call right into and Zoom right into and have a different person every single week that teaches you about Lifevantage and the business opportunity. And you will find someone that just resonates completely with you or with the people that you're talking to. And we record them, so they'll come out in your email later so you can share the recording with others. But having a laptop lifestyle is amazing. I laugh because yesterday I was working while I was in the car wash, literally. And Jan is on here tonight. I see her. I was talking to her as I'm sitting in the car wash, waiting for my car to get washed. So it's so crazy. Like, there is nothing that can hold us back. And knowing that we have a proven system, we have a replicated website. I have my own business site, and it looks like people are shopping on these huge sites. It's easy. Like, it looks just like everybody else. You know, like when you go on Amazon or you go on some of these other shopping sites, you add to cart, you check out, it's done, right? That's what we have. And it's beautifully done by Lifevantage and the corporate staff. And we all have a replicated website that comes free as a distributorship. We can share carts. So I can, as we're having a conversation, I can talk to you and send it right over to you. You put in your information, check out, it's done. It's so nice. We are striving to make it so that business builders in Lifevantage can make money just as easy as people and have it as easy as getting an Uber, because that's so easy, right, you guys? And so we are staying on top of the trends, and we know that this is a huge way to be able to do that, is making sure that we have the technical abilities and our distributors have the ability for our customers that we care so much about to be able to have things done very simply. Now, one of the things that I had no knowledge about before I got into this business, because I came in because of the research and the research studies and NERF2 and being able to look on PubMed and read through the studies and look at the awesome things they were doing and what different situations. One of them was about bypass surgery, coronary artery bypass grafting. That was my life. I educated all these people that were status post cabbages, right? Everybody knows somebody who's had bypass surgery. And I was reading the studies that they were talking about with restenosis or clogging back up, and my mouth was hanging open. It was so good. But the business, I didn't know anything about the business. I wanted to be a customer. For some reason, I went, all right, I'll try it. Let's see what happens. I don't know what I'm doing. Do people make money in network marketing companies? Like, I had no idea. I always thought it was not something that was really on my bucket list, that I thought, you know what, that's really not my thing. Hey, Betty Lou, I love that. Yes, the golden unicorn of research. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so being in network marketing, I was kind of like, you know what, I just don't know if I really understand this. And then as I learn about having a knee-to-knee conversation and teaching people, but I didn't know that, you know, I spent my life educating people, and that's what I'm doing now, is educating people. And you're listening to me to get an education about Lifevantage and our products and enabling you to make an educated decision, whatever that may be, right? Whatever is important to you and what you feel you need. And so the business part, as I'm looking into it, I'm like, okay, well, you know, I'm open to learning things. So what I didn't know was about that business S-curve, and I'm going to kind of draw it with my hand if you guys can see it good enough, but it goes up like this, right? Like you're going up a hill. And what happens is partway in the middle there is when we hit momentum. And it's important to remember that 80% of the money that's made in a network marketing company is made right there. That's a sweet spot, right? And guess what? 8 years ago, we were before momentum. And we're still before momentum. And guess what that means? That means this is a huge opportunity for people to be able to get in a network marketing company and experience a once-in-a-lifetime type of deal. But the thing is you can't join just to join and not do anything. You want to join as a distributor and get your butt to work, because when you work hard, you get an excellent reward. And when you put your name out there and talk to people and get people signed up as customers and distributors, it is an amazing way to make a living. I just celebrated my 5-year anniversary from being retired from the hospital. June 25th, 2014, I handed over my pager, 4:30 p.m. Central Time. I say that all the time because it was a huge deal for me, you guys. I didn't get into this to get out of a job. I got out in it to be able to tell everyone I know that I care about, so they knew that they could change things, that they had hope, there's options, and want them to think differently about stuff. And I've learned a ton of stuff along the way, and I'm still learning every single day. But it has put me in contact with some of the most amazing, amazing people, and a lot of them are on this tonight. And I love that. It's just crazy to think about that change. But the best part is my heart is full, my brain is full of such good stories and friendships with people. And I hope the same for all of you. So remembering, you know, we don't have to worry about payroll and HR and any of that stuff, advertising. I just have to talk to people, love on people, have a conversation, and answer their questions and connect them with others. And if you feel that that's something that you can do, we have a lot of different options for getting into the business. Please make sure that you let that person who invited you on tonight to have a conversation. If it was me, I'd go platinum. I'd just jump all in and get the biggest pack we have so that you can try everything. Back when I started, I paid so much money and I got less than that in product back. Now they've made it ridiculous, which I absolutely love. Thank you, corporate, where you pay a certain amount of money and you get way more than that in product and things back to you. So that's a really nice way to be able to get started in the right direction. Let me read these things to you really quick. So when I was saying, I don't have to worry about HR or any of that as a business builder, other things, corporate takes care of that. They're producing it. They're doing quality control. They're doing shipping, and we're coming up with some great shipping options later on in the year. Customer service, my website. I don't have to be smart about websites and website development. Advertising, marketing, legal and compliance, which is so huge, you guys. Remember, I'm not here to make any claims, and this is not here to cure, fix, prevent any of that stuff. But remember, when you activate your body's own defense mechanism, that is huge, 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 huge. Okay, so we get paid weekly, we get paid monthly. Our goal is to help you guys get checks when you're signed up as a distributor. If you decide you want to be a customer, that's awesome. Our goal is to be there for customer service and make sure you get your product when you need it, and we answer any questions that you have. We have a group of distributors that work every single day, and we're all duplicating ourselves, which results in residual income. And if you don't know what that is, I'll tell you, that's like rock star money. Rock star money meaning every time that song plays on the radio, they get a little piece of money, right? And so knowing that me sitting here, there are other people in my organization that are working just like I am and giving, and this is funny because this does not work. This is just having a conversation and checking everybody out, right? And hoping that my all my technical stuff works the way it's supposed to. But being able to say that there are all these other people that are working, that's residual income, and that's coming into your organization. The 15th of the month is a really good day in most homes and with Lifevantage distributors, because that's when that residual income check comes. But guess what? We make more money when we help everybody get to the top. And when you think about the traditional business, you seem to make more money by isolating yourself, right? And making you the best and not helping others see that you're the, you don't want them to be as good as you. You want to stand out. But in Lifevantage, we work to be able to help everybody learn and bring everybody along. And instead of taking that ladder away so that people can't get to the top, we're reaching down to be able to pull them up and join us as well. And so it's just a whole different way to do business. Please ask, since I'm not able to show you, please ask to see the earnings claim statement. Like I said, we're a publicly traded company, so all of our information is wide open there for you to be able to see. Our earnings claim statement shows you what some of the income is for people in the organization, starting as a distributor and working their way up to that Master Pro 10 and Executive Master Pro 10. We're looking at great stuff. People in the third level of the company can pull in a monthly average of an extra $500 a month. And $500 can be a make it or break it amount, you guys. And if you want more than that, you work harder and get it to more people and have more people join you. And it's just a great opportunity and a great retirement plan, apparently, since that's kind of what I did. But if you are not interested in getting out of a job, that's just fine too. And keep in mind, this is a willable business. So all the work that I'm doing, I can pass on to my children or whoever else I would like to pass it on to. And it just is amazing, because right now that just really isn't an option for people, as you're looking forward. One of the other things that I absolutely love is Lifevantage Legacy. We have places that we give back all the time. Every national event, we're giving back to different organizations. They're doing families helping families, where they're going to Mexico, building homes for people that don't have the ability to have a home for themselves. We've done smiles, we've done all kinds of different things. Mosquito nets, just I could go on and on about the things, but knowing that we're involved with a company that values the money that's brought in and being able to give it back to be able to help others that are less fortunate has been a huge blessing. So with that, you guys, I want to apologize for not being able to share my screen. and making you have to sit and just look at me while I'm trying to hustle from one spot to the other. Thanks for sticking with me. And like I said, make sure you let the person know who invited you onto this tonight what your thoughts are, what your feelings are, and most importantly, what else do you need to know to be able to move forward and join us in Lifevantage, whether that is as a customer or as a distributor, or maybe just, hey, you know what, thanks for the info, but it's not right for me right now. So either way, hope you guys have an amazing rest of the week and an amazing weekend. And thanks again so much for hopping on tonight, and take care of yourself. Thank you.